A very good Thursday morning to you. We are one more day closer to Friday. I'm Brooks Baptiste. Very good morning to you. You are now watching Daily Dive, which you know what we do. We dive into all of the latest trending topics of the hour, of the day, of the past couple of minutes. Lou Turner is here with me today. Let's bring him on in. It is a somewhat of a gloomy day outside right now, but that doesn't mean that it has to have the gloomy vibe here on Daily Dive. Ain't that right, Lou?
Amen, Brooks Baptiste. Let's brighten it up. Let's make it great. Good to see you.
Good to see you, my friend. So, we have so many stories that we've got to get into. And I already see people chiming in about the first one. But first, before we get there, what is the first place or the first thing you want to do once we're not stuck at home anymore?
Brooks, I am running, not walking, running to the gym. I'm ready to get back at it.
Okay.
I am not a gym rat by any stretch of the imagination. Some guys are in there and they have made their gains, but I just miss it. I took it for granted. And I think we took so many different things for granted. Going to the movies. I want to sit down at the bar and order a cold drink. You know what I mean? And just have be like, I can do this again. You know what I mean? I want to take the wife and kids out to dinner. So much. But number one, I'm going to go get my sweat on. I cannot wait.
So you're going to get your sweat. All right, look, man, I got to be up front. I'm trying to get over here to the barbershop.
Yeah.
I got to get a good happy hour in, a little wine or something. Although everybody's doing it from the house anyway, but still, though, nice little. I miss interacting with people. Heck, if the truth be told, I haven't seen Lou in a month.
It's been 35 days.
Almost.
It's been 36 days, actually, since I think I've seen you. I went on a spring break trip.
True.
And came back to all this madness. It's been a minute. I'm ready to see my buddies.
Yeah, man, we definitely, I know as a GMJ family, we all miss each other. So let's get right to this first story because folks going ham, as they would say, about this story. So Lou, as you know, here on the First Coast, we've been going, pretty hard with social distancing and whatnot, and with everybody under these safer at home, executive orders. There's not much for you to do but to just stay home and maybe go to the grocery store. And if you happen to be an essential worker, then of course you're going to work, and we appreciate you for what you're doing. But researchers from Harvard believe one of the best things we'll be able to do is to practice social distancing till 2022. 2022. Hey. Now, I know most of us, are hoping things will get back to normal sooner than later. But they did some research and they created some scenarios for how the virus could possibly spread over the next 5 years. And they believe in order to lessen the burden on hospitals, distancing is going to have to be a thing until 2022. Now, of course, those projections, they could change if there's a treatment or a vaccine that becomes available.
Yeah.
But I want to, get to a couple of the comments even before we get into what your thoughts are, Lou, about this. So again, if you're just joining us, this is new research from Harvard. They did a study and they figured that one of the best things we can do is practice social distancing until 2022, which is going to lessen the burden of hospitals and whatnot. So I'm seeing a lot of no's. I'm seeing a lot of you're crazies.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a lot of y'all. I cannot. So somebody, even Shelly's saying they really expect us to live our lives like this for almost 2 years. She says H to the no. I almost said it, but I ain't gonna. I'm gonna be good today. So Lou, what are your honest thoughts about this?
So I'm seeing a lot of comments like folks are like, who are these experts anyway?
Right.
I do yield to people who are smarter than me, and I just assume these people are. 2022 social distancing. Well, let's put it this way. This isn't a 2022 stay-at-home order. This isn't we've got to stay in our houses till 2022. This is simply maintain 6 feet, maybe not shake everyone's hand upon first greeting, maybe not do the hugs, and just keep a lookout until 2022. And my feeling is the reason they're doing that, or at least people are suggesting to do that, is to get us comfortable with the idea of that becoming a permanent thing. Maybe at the end of all of this, it's a little more taboo feeling to go in for that hug to the person that you don't really know. I think, whatever the date is, hopefully in the coming month that we get back to a normal and get the economy going again. I still think people are going to suggest, the CDC is going to suggest we wear masks to
Right.
public places. 2022, I wouldn't take this as we're going to be cooped up in our houses, not saying hello to our friends until 2022. I just think it's hey, let's use a little extra caution until this thing gets nailed down. And then I think we're also going to be extra sensitive to things like just the standard old flu that we've been dealing with for decades and decades. You know what I mean? So maybe we come out of this just an overall healthier humanity.
And that's a very good point, Lou. So for those of you who are kind of just coming in, we're talking about why experts are suggesting social distancing until 2022. Now, as Lou just said, that does not mean you're going to be trapped in the house until 2022. No, we know things will get back to normal eventually, but they're suggesting social distancing, so keeping 6 feet apart, with everybody until 2022, because that'll hopefully lessen the burden of hospitals, while still trying to combat this coronavirus. And of course, that could change if there happens to be a vaccine that is available. So we know that would change, those projections. And these were from Harvard researchers. This is what they came up with. So again, we're just talking about it, trying to see what you all think on, about this. Dave saying, sounds like Harvard Medical needs to focus their research on finding a vaccine instead of that craziness. Michelle even saying 2022 may be a reality. We're supposed to be quarantined, but it's not happening with so many people. So this is going to keep going. So yeah, again, Michelle, this is just, more practicing the social distancing, not necessarily being quarantined and stuck on the inside. But again, many people just saying, nah, I'm not doing it. Like I can't, I'm not about this life. And Lou, for me, being stuck home and working from home, I went to the grocery store yesterday, but prior to that, I hadn't left the house since Saturday.
Wow. Well, that's
since
good.
Saturday.
Hey, good on you. I know you're staying busy anyway. I know you're doing a lot of work from home. So, hey.
But it's tough, man. It's tough
being
being on the inside, and it's really tough. Linda said it right. We're all ready to start our lives again. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm ready to get into the car. I appreciate maybe not the early mornings like I'm used to, but at the same time, it's still like, hey, when you're just stuck at home, there's only so much you can do. You know what I mean?
The rain has helped us lately. I mean, honestly, I think the last 3 days worth of day-long showers we've been getting has kind of helped with our social distancing. I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, so stay in the house.
Right. DeWitt Cooper saying, so this still counts out festivals and theater, performing arts, schools. All right. So again, DeWitt, yeah. Hey, good to see you, man. But yeah, this is just, kind of a recommendation from Harvard experts and what they're saying. No, that doesn't mean things would necessarily be canceled, but I mean, if that became a thing up until 2022, then of course those different concerts and stuff, I wonder how they would be doing. Maybe the whole virtual thing would become something that everybody says. Dave saying, I miss my family. Don't we all? Seriously, I think that's the biggest thing right now, Lou, is trying to keep the distance from your family and from some of those close friends that maybe you were used to interacting with, every few days, every week. And now not being able to do that, or being saying, you may want to think again before you give that hug. Like I'm even thinking about going to church and stuff. Like when, those doors are finally reopened, I talk to everybody and their auntie, their grandma, their mama. I hug everybody and their auntie, their grandma, and their mama. So it's going to be really different to kind of keep that distance. And I mean, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, if the CDC, like you said earlier, said maybe we need to kind of keep the mask going for just a little longer because it's just trying to keep everybody safe.
Hey, Brooks, before we do anything else, what's the story with the guy who keeps commenting about the pineapple pizza? Now, I'm not a regular here. I come in, once every couple of weeks. I'm not like, Steve Fendero that you get in every once in a while. What is this?
I'm glad you asked. So there's a guy by the name of Austin Cook that, as you see, he's right there on the screen. He does this every day. He comes in and he likes to talk about pineapple pizza.
All right. God bless you.
I mean, every comment that he has is about pineapple pizza. So every now and then we give Austin a quick little shout out. Today wasn't one of those days, but Lou, you just did it, so I guess we got to roll with it because you just.
There we go.
But yeah, I'm glad you asked. So because as we move this thing, now you know who Austin Cook is. What's up, Austin? It is good to see you and get all of your pineapple pizza comments this morning. But yeah, so this is something that again we keep wanting you to weigh in. We did a poll this morning about what people are looking forward to the most, and again, let us know. What are you looking forward to? So when things get back to normal, so 17% of you are saying you're ready to go back to work. Okay.
Yeah.
22% saying bring the sports back. Just bring me my sports and I'm good. 5% saying sending the kids back to school. I would think that would be a little higher, Lou. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
And then hitting the beach, 26%, and then getting a haircut, which is the number one answer. And I should be a part of that 30% because that is what I'm excited about doing.
I think the sending the kids to school thing is so low because it's not. It'll be fall, and I think going back to normal fall. We got a summer break before they're going back, and hell, everybody loves spending time with their babies, right? There was one comment I wanted to pull up because returning to work, going back to work. I'm surprised, frankly, that's not higher. I can't find the woman who. I'm going to take your comment. I'm not able to read your name, and I do apologize. But she had said, it's easy for everyone to say, keep doing the social distancing for those who haven't been furloughed. And thank you, David, for pulling that up for us. And I tend to, I feel that.
Yeah.
There's, I got several neighbors, who have been out of work now, and there's only so much stimulus and so many checks that can be handed out before it's just like it's a human right, it's human nature, it is fulfilling, it is good for our own mental health to provide for ourselves. That's what we were created for.
Right.
We were given the ability. We don't want things handed to us, so the longer this goes on, exactly, and that's, as humans, we want that. That is proven. So I don't know. I get having to stay home, and the longer we do it and the better we do it, the longer this disease will go away. Fine, but there comes a point where it's just bad for your mental health, whether you're not able to provide for your family or you're just not able to get that satisfaction of a hard day's work. And while you might gripe about the grind and you might fuss about your boss, because who doesn't, still there's that necessity, that basic human need. So that has just as much to do with public health as anything else, and I am concerned about that. So it's something we have to watch, and hopefully the economy, as the president is pushing for, back in May. So we'll see.
Yeah, again, that is the hope, and as people are commenting, they're hey Selena saying, will we really return to our old normal or new transformed existence? Hey, that's a great question. I think some things may, go back to normal, but there are a lot of things that are just going to be what they are today. I even wonder if more companies, are going to do some of the whole working from home things, maybe giving people more options to work from home now that we know that that's possible. Jared saying, I work on a cruise ship. I need to be on the water. This land life isn't right for me. I understand you, man. Yeah. So I do think people probably are ready to get back to work. And, as that earlier comment was saying about folks being furloughed and stuff, it's like, hey, they want to get back into this thing. It's tough being at home with, a difference in your income that you've been used to. So we totally understand you there. So speaking of that, I'm going to kind of skip over to this next story about what design experts are saying about when we return to the office. So they believe that, the office layouts are likely going to change. And I see why. Let me give you some of the details. So they're saying it's all going to change probably permanently to make them more sanitary. So you probably expect maybe more automatic doors, fewer chairs in the break rooms, more space in between desks, and maybe, workers may not even go back to the office at all, which is what we're saying. So I have a question for you guys that are watching. Do you even want to go back to work? Or do you love the whole working from home thing? Or would you like to have a mixture of working from home and, going into the office? What would be the perfect idea for you? And Lou, I'm going to go with put me back in the office.
Yeah, me too. I like the idea of, so in our industry, and I'm going to speak just for my industry because that's all I can.
Right.
It's all I've ever known. As a started in this industry as a reporter, and the work normal is you come into work at 9. Generally speaking, you have a morning meeting at 9:30 where you decide what story you're going to go out to shoot for the day, and then you go out, you shoot that story, you come back, you put it together, and you put it on TV. So much of that we're learning through this is not necessary. So we can why meet? Why if I live, say, in St. Johns County and I've got a story in Putnam County, what sense does it make for me to come all the way into First Coast News downtown, do my
Right.
morning meeting at 9:30, then get in the car and go all the way to Putnam County? It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. It's not logistic. It doesn't. You're spending all your gas. You're spending all your time. You're wasting time. You can be so much more efficient. And I think we are learning that because the way we're doing it now is Zoom calls for our morning meeting, and then the reporters are just out. So I can see that being very functional. However, I also see the need every once in a while to come into your desk, come into your workspace, do a little housekeeping, take care of some business in a work environment. Both are super necessary, but we're going to see an evolution of this.
Yeah. I guess for me, Lou, I'm used to being on the inside. I'm used to being with the crew and everything like that. So it's been different, looking into a camera with nobody around,
Yes.
not even having, maybe as much time to chat with you guys and stuff about some of the trending stories and everything. So that's
Right.
been different. And I mean, and it's hard, it's hard when you're just used to being around people. And, again, when I'm at the station, I'm walking around talking, to everybody. And it's like, okay, well, these people I haven't even seen in a while now. And it's like, well, what is it going to be like when we all eventually get a chance to come back together? Now, I know some.
Okay, hey, Brooks, I think I lost you. Hey, you know what's hilarious? And the irony behind losing Brooks is this is just classic example of maybe why work from home needs to evolve a little bit harder. Yeah, it's all well and good, and we can do these shows remotely from our houses and everything, but just every once in a while, there's a squirrel that's going to chew on the
I'm
phone line.
back.
Oh, he's back. He's back.
Lou.
Good. Hey, Brooks. So there is a certain, just when you're doing a show, for instance, Good Morning Jacksonville. Love me some Good Morning Jacksonville. There's a chemistry that just can't be replaced when all of us are in that zone together. So I think that is necessary. However, for our field reporters and our guys who are hitting the streets and out, and that's us as well. I mean, after the show's over, I just see the it's not necessary. They can, and I think they would agree that they can just hit the street, hit the ground running. So ready to go. But there's a lot of you. You just can't. I mean, you can't work from home if you're a sanitation worker. You can't.
Right.
You can't. And how will that evolve? You know what I mean? But God bless them, because today's actually trash pickup in my neighborhood. And I sure can count on them. You know what I mean? Sure can set the clock by them.
And they've been going. They've been going strong.
Yeah.
Carolyn said, I've been using social distancing since birth. I was raised by Marine parents. Unless you are a close family and my spouse, back up. All right, Carolyn.
Look at Crystal. You see Crystal's comment, Brooks? No more office roaming.
Oh, what Crystal said. No more.
That's good. Well, maybe not. Let me not say that's not good, but
Lou, I don't even know if I'm supposed to go here, but I'm gonna just do it for 30 seconds. You know what? I did say this is gonna be some interesting stuff when folks aren't able to be in the offices. I'm just saying now, okay?
Yeah.
I'll leave that alone. Y'all take that how you want to take that. But yes, That made me chuckle. See, this is probably why they lost my sound just that quick. This is why they couldn't hear me, because I was about to say something crazy out my mouth. Anyway, before we go, and again, we thank you guys for being here. We have got to give a shout out to a very special woman, a local woman at that, right, Lou?
Yeah, Brooks, this is a great story. I'm clicking over. If you go to you're on our Facebook page right now. When you're done with Daily Dive, I want you to scroll down, or you can open up a new tab and go to firstcoastnews.com and check out the story with Ava Poole. All right, we do a great segment. Tell me something good. We need good news right now. We need more of it. Frankly, we're doing as much as we can. We need even more of it. But this is a fantastic story, celebrating her 93rd birthday. Couldn't have the big blowout, the big party. So this is in Royal Lakes, by the way, and the community drove by in their cars and we've seen the birthday parades. I can't get enough of them. I mean, it's so creative.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got to still maintain the quote unquote social distancing as long as you're staying out. But imagine you should make this woman's day and year and her birthday. She's lived there for 35 years, so she knows her neighbors and they know her and they love her. And they gave her the best birthday party that they could in this. And I'm hoping when this is all said and done, they all get together and have a big cookout, a big block party there in Royal Lakes because she certainly deserves it. But Miss Poole, happy 93rd birthday to you, ma'am.
Happy birthday.
Fantastic one.
Hey, you know what? I think Miss Poole, she may have some moves, Lou. The way she's holding that sign makes me think she can dance a little bit. So maybe the whole cookout and whatnot, she may get out there and start moving. She looks really good for 93. Seriously, that's what I'm talking about.
93, looking sharp, looking for love. I like it.
You know, like how some folks were able to live that long. Like my grandmother, my great grandmother, I should say, she was 95 years old before she passed, and like she was good up until her final couple of months. So I don't know what they were drinking or eating back then, to keep them alive for so long, but I need some of that. Or maybe they were just, I don't know, maybe they just looked at life,
It's gargling salt water. You know what it is?
Yeah.
My dad's cure for everything, and my dad's 77. His mom lived to be, I want to say 95 was my grandmother. Wow. And listen, those two, if you got like a sore throat, gargle salt water. If you stubbed your toe on the pavement, gargle salt water. If they're a cure-all, but for some reason I think there's something to it, like the saltwater cures, like going to the beach in the ocean sometimes. Mm-hmm. I think there's something to that. Maybe that's what Miss Poole's secret is. Whatever it is, God love her, and let's do this again for 94th birthday, but let's have an in-person party at the house.
Matter of fact, we're taking it to the house.
Take it to the house.
I think you got to be the DJ, because if you guys probably wouldn't know this, but when Lou walks around the newsroom and everything, he will play the most interesting songs, songs that I don't know if I would expect Lou to know, and he just shocks me every time.
Let's get a little juvenile for Miss Poole.
I was about to get it. I was about to get it. Which song are we talking, Lou?
You know what song?
Yeah, I don't know if she's ready for that one just yet. Don said my great grandmother lived to 101. Wow, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I hope awesome. Things like that are in the G's. So, guys, we thank you so much for joining us today. You've been watching the Daily Dive, again, where we dive into the latest trending topics of the hour, of the day, of the moment. We appreciate you for being here. We're here Wednesday through Friday at 8 o'clock. So tomorrow we're back at 8 o'clock. Lou's back tomorrow at 8 o'clock. And Miss Keitha Nelson's going to be joining us at 8 o'clock as well tomorrow. So until next time, be safe, be well, keep washing those hands, practice social distancing. We'll see you next time.
Bye, Brooks.